which is no bueno. No, you know, whatever. You don't have to say no bueno.
We're gonna get slammed by the Mexicans. Like, no bueno. That is no bueno.
I don't give a crap.
No Shasta here.
Yeah.
No Fanta. Welcome back to the homestead, everybody. Today we're gonna be working on the mudroom roof because this winter we found out that when we built the roof, the rafter's actually too short, that the snow falls down right close to the house and it's letting all the water from the melt off go underneath the house. So today we're gonna be extending the rafters and we're gonna put more sheet metal on the roof and OSB, and we're gonna try to get this done in one video. So the reason we need to do this is because my wife is beautiful and she wants this mudroom done so that we can do our laundry.
No. So the fact is that, okay, so lumber went up to about 900% inflation, which meant that we could afford the bare minimum. We ended up buying 8-foot boards, which means that this is all the further that we were able to extend out. We went ahead and put a fascia board up there because we were really hopeful that that would be enough room because of the pitch. Unfortunately, it's not enough of an overhang, and the snow all accumulates right beside the house and ends up flooding the house underneath it. So we're gonna go ahead and add on a 2-foot extension onto this so that it comes out a little bit further away from the house and it'll be easier for us to snow blow.
We're cutting the bird's mouth, but it's not the same as doing the bird's mouth like we would normally do because we already have a roof up there and rafters up there, but I've got to be able to slide this in through the wall, so it's going to get cut narrower. So that's what we're trying to figure out right now, is get it cut to where it still fits nice and tight, not cut too much.
So while the other boys are working on the mudroom rafters, DJ and I are going to work on our quail enclosure. So we only have 3 quail right now, and male quail don't like to be together and they will fight for dominance to the death. So we're going to go ahead and build a separator in this little quail enclosure here. We'll be using these scraps of wood here that were ripped from the larger boards that Dave is using for the rafters over there, and some hardware cloth, and put the hardware cloth from this side over to this side here, and then on the inside the same thing. First thing we're going to do is we're going to cut another hole over here on this side so that way all of the birds can get into this little, what we call an apartment that is completely closed off so that it doesn't get wind, and it helps to keep them warm. But basically all we're doing is splitting this entire enclosure in half. They'll have a better accommodation in the future. We plan on putting all of our chickens, our turkey, the quail, and the bunny, and everybody in the barn. We'll be building enclosures in there for all of them. But in the meantime, this is what we have. We have the bunny hutch that doubles as the quail hutch. So we need to make sure that they're all safe and comfortable. So let's get to it. You guys on break over there? You on lunch break? Snack break? How's it going?
It sucks.
Why? What's up?
We're having to modify each rafter to work because we don't know what's going on, but they were just made weird, so they're sitting weird, so we're just having to modify them, but it'll be good. It'll work out eventually.
Well, we never seem to do much the easy way. Everything seems to take twice as longer than we ever anticipated. So something that should have been an easy couple-hour job is going to end up being all day long and probably not even touching the sheet metal today because of some mistakes that we made in the past, which who knows what it even is, right? But that's just is what it is. We're human, right? So
I just come to see what you're doing.
What do you think so far?
It's permanent.
It's not permanent, but...
Yeah, I mean, there's a hole cut in the side.
Well, that hole is permanent for sure. Look at your bunny. What do you think, Buns? What do you think, Buns? You need a haircut, huh? You're so big and fluffy. Huh, Buns? So big and fluffy. Oops. Oh, he's so cute. Well, hopefully it'll warm up this next week and we can give him a haircut finally.
Speaking of haircut, you're supposed to be giving me one today.
I'll give you a haircut today too. We just need to finish doing our projects first. So this is what we use for their water, because this and the ice cream thing over there. So we use this here. It's just a little ice cream jug that we cut a little hole into, and then this here as well, it's a big ice cream jug that we cut a hole into. These work well because we can take the lid off and kind of get the ice out. But what works even better was the other one, the bigger container, especially if you have more than one quail that you're watering. It keeps them from running around in it and then getting their legs and feathers and everything wet and then freezing, which is a bad thing in the winter, because then you'd be losing quail, or they could actually freeze their feet to the bottom of the pen. We saw this on a YouTube channel. I wish I could give the guy credit, but I don't remember who it was. It was well over a year ago. But it's actually really genius, because since these ice cream containers are meant for something frozen, they don't shatter in the winter time, and so you're able to reuse them. So we've been using both of these all winter long. Mostly we had the big tub. We tried the smaller one and we like the smaller one, but it is harder to get the ice out of the smaller one. So the bigger one, it's easier to get the ice out of, and it holds more water. Here's one of our little males. There's the female and the other male. The reason why we had to do this is because those two males were fighting, and this male right here was a bloody mess and was not going to survive very long if we kept him in like this. So this way they can still see each other and they can still interact and not be lonely, but they also won't attack each other. As you can see, this guy here is getting agitated and wants to start a fight. He's the instigator. He's kind of a brat. But so this works out really nicely. But as you can see, these two males, they're not happy with each other and they want to fight. This will work until we get their permanent enclosure built inside the barn.
All right, we've reached to the end of the rafters on the one side of the shed, or the mudroom. The problem we have is we put these shelves up here to hold some totes. We're gonna have to remove the shelf because I can't slide rafters up through there because they're there. Also, we have a wood stove that goes here in the corner, so it's time to get this out anyway, because we're gonna be installing that stove and putting the box in and doing everything for the roof.
So we got the upper deck there all cleaned out, and it's actually a good thing that we had to do this, because this mudroom has been the catch-all for everything all winter long, and it's a disaster area, as you can see. So this has given us the excuse that we need to go ahead and get this cleaned out too, because we want to get it finished this year. As you can see daylight through here still. What?
You can see daylight.
Is it daylight? So So this isn't the normal way that you put these boards in, but we're not too worried about the way that it looks. Stop, you're not actually hammering anything. Such a rat. Anyways, as I was saying, so yeah, it looks a little bit ghetto and it's not the traditional way of doing things, but that's what happens when you redo stuff at a later date. So it is what it is, and in the end, you won't be able to see it anyway, so it won't matter. Right?
That is true. We're gonna cover this up with some tongue and groove OSB under here and nobody will see anything.
Tongue and groove OSB?
I mean tongue and groove cedar, not OSB. I'm thinking OSB because that's what we need to put on next.
Yeah, I got OSB. Yeah.
You got some tongue and groove OSB? That's because
They
we're
do have tongue and groove.
high class.
That would be Alright, so last night we had to put stuff away real quick because it started raining. Not just a little bit of rain, but a lot of rain. So we pretty much got this side finished. I got all the rafters put up over there on this back side, which is where we still have a lot of snow. And I'm getting ready to have the boys come over and give me a hand getting the OSB up on top, and then we will get the metal thrown down. Pound it, yeah. Good job. Go pound it, yeah. Pound it, pound it. Oh, good boy, oh, good boy. You're a bear catcher, huh?
Hey, chestnut.
Quality assurance.
What quality? You can't even see what we're doing.
I can hear. I can hear if you're
Okay.
doing something wrong. That's wrong. Yep, that's wrong. See? Redo it.
Tearing my LCL. Okay, we're ready for the
Your LCL? What exactly is an LCL?
I'm gonna fall off this roof. Pretty sure I got diabetes.
You'll fall off the roof just so you don't have to do any more work.
You have diabetes. That's my lack of stretch. This is maxed out right now.
I don't think that has anything to do with diabetes. I think that has to do with the fact that you don't stretch.
I had diabetes with the sense of arthritis. Arthritis? Are you sure it's arthritis or arthritis? Arthritis.
Arthritis. You haven't even cut another piece.
They're right there. They're all cut.
Oh.
Stupid. Yeah, stupid.
I can see that you're not doing anything. You're not fooling me.
You didn't miss out on anything. I was up on the roof. I'm the only one here, so I couldn't hold a camera, but I put the ridge cap on up there. So that's all screwed down and finished. Well, we got her done. So we are ready to move on to the next thing, which is gonna be putting a chimney on the other side. So I left a couple panels off up near the top. I need to cut out the roof where a big chimney box slides up in. And then we can put our triple wall pipe that'll stick up over the ridge top there. And then we can finish that up all the way and start doing stuff on the inside. So I think that's what we'll get on to next week. Until then, like, subscribe, and we will catch you next time. Later. How was that, Greg?